Hello, dear friends. Get ready. Time is up. Truth is about to be revealed. Wrote an anonymous author. Opinion piece. Shifting wave. Expect turbulence. Collective awakening. The final phase starts. Wave of compensation. A new world is being born. Breakdown of the old system. Belief systems are losing power. Why does the end of the world seem so profitable? Let's start. A wave-shifting human being describes a profound transformation in his energetic vibration, a mental frequency or an emotional state. It represents a shift toward higher consciousness, releasing limiting patterns to align with a higher reality, moving from stress to calm and intuition. A wave shift in a society represents a profound collective transformation in values, consciousness or economic dynamics, similar to a massive vibrational shift. It marks the shift from an obsolete paradigm to a new one, driven by crises or innovations, and aligned with your interests. In 2025, this shift could signify a collective awakening toward more decentralized systems. Ariel describes the frequency shift as a spiritual process of personal awakening that triggers a natural disconnection from outdated relationships and environments. He explains that people distance themselves when one stops clinging to illusions. The ego perceives this as a threat and activates defensive filters. He details how the human nervous system operates in low frequencies to sustain an illusory shared reality. As it rises to high frequencies, old connections become incoherent, generating indistinctive rejection through the limbic system. The wave function collapses into a higher timeline, causing desynchronization with past figures, resulting in cognitive dissonance, anger, or their disappearance. It's no wonder that the world seems to be in turmoil due to the immense force of an old god clinging to power by any means available, while the world around them spirals into incoherence, writes Charles Hugh Smith. The Great Awakening. According to Keshe, the shift in consciousness we are experiencing is the Great Awakening of humanity, and it is not controlled by politicians, governments, or any external force. The movement toward a new reality begins with a collective mindset and with the decisions made every day. As more people awaken, the old systems lose power and new possibilities open up. This transformation is not just something that happens to you. It is something you create yourself. Your consciousness defines the course of your world, and your unity determines its future. He adds that your awakening and the discovery of your divine origin is the greatest threat to malevolent forces. They want to distract us because there are entities that want us to focus on everything that seems hopeless and depressing. As more light is embodied and consciousness rises, the false matrix is unable to keep the old survival programs intact, but a new world is being born. What has silently changed in ways that the collective can no longer ignore has begun to shift. You will notice belief systems and structures losing strength as their foundations crumble. This is not a sign of purposeless chaos, but the necessary cleansing for truth to emerge. Until now, you have received changes in small waves, just enough to integrate them without feeling overwhelmed. But these waves are gaining strength. The pressure has built and the dam is about to break. The flow of change is coming as that moment approaches. This is the snowball that's becoming an avalanche, and the momentum is increasing. The revelations are intensifying, and the pace of transformation is accelerating beyond what you expected. Prepare yourselves, because 2026 will awaken many more, whether you like it or not. The illusion must be shattered. It's time for people to broaden their perspective. Rescue. According to Charlie Ward, the recovery of hidden wealth in secret vaults, phantom foundations, and shadowy networks is underway and being sized under quantum authority. The old financial network is no longer operational. Your fortune is being redirected to sovereign wealth funds. The gold-backed quantum dollar is alive. The petrodollar is dead. Within the quantum financial system, each unit of value is verified by its weight in gold and protected by quantum encryption. Banks are operating a dual network as the complete merger approaches. Direct wealth redistribution is next. Recovered assets will flow into verified accounts. The final phase starts. Expect turbulence. Layoffs, market shifts, and bank failures aren't chaos. They are cleansing. Every crisis eliminates a corrupt node from the old system. Starlink now protects QFS nodes from sabotage. Activation. Logan B reports the activation of over 3.8 million Tier 4B accounts that were upgraded from redeemed status to sovereign creator, with the authority to issue gold-backed digital certificates. A hidden QFS path was activated on December 12, 2025. Is activated, not was. Initiating a Tier 4B priority signal. A clearing wave will unlock the wealth transfer between January 1 and April 1, 2026. The level 4B signal has been activated according to Paul White Gold Eagle. The window has opened, but only for those who can see it. Between January 1st and 4th, 2026, a sequence known as the clearing wave will move through the system. When it passes, unverified accounts will be excluded from the first wave of liquidity. Internal bulletins confirmed that level 4B is no longer expected. It's being synchronized. You should never have seen the preparation. You should have seen the outcome. Every disruption, every maintenance update, every delay in the banking network routing, it was all in preparation for a single event. The wealth transfer from the old world to the QFS. Level 4B is the key. The rest will come after the noise. Revelation. On December 21st, 2025, hidden global financial accounts will be exposed, revealing extensive off-the-record funds, according to Paul White Gold Eagle. A synchronized derivatives audit was initiated to address systemic fraud and prepare for major financial transitions. This was not a leak. It was a controlled and precise instruction. These funds are the foundation of fiat currency stability. Their exposure eliminates the illusion of control. The financial world cannot return to normal without these hidden structures. Most citizens are unaware of the existence of this market because it was never intended that they would know. This is the first step in dismantling the system that treats debt like it's oxygen. The unexplained slowdowns on social media platforms and banking apps are not technical glitches. These are reconciliation events during which traditional databases are forced to replicate the accuracy of the quantum ledger. On December 24th, communication centers on 4 continents will conduct disclosure threshold simulations. This step is unprecedented. It indicates that the world is preparing for a real event, not just a financial one. Collapse is not the threat. Concealment is, and concealment is dying. Stay alert. December. The next meeting of the Tribe of Light will be on December 20th. Everyone is Googling December 19th. Buddy Brown claims that people are Googling December 19th because of 2 coinciding events: the public release of the Epstein files and Comet Atlas' closest approach to Earth. Brown highlights that the low trust in institutions and the current political chaos. Dabu criticizes NASA's blurry images of Comet Atlas, alleging a cover-up by comparing them to sharp photos from amateur astronomers that show structures, jets, and non-gravitational acceleration. He also claims that Earth will pass through its tail on December 19th. Economy. The world has more billionaires than ever before. Generation Z sees the world as a terrifying place. Generation Z doesn't embrace socialism because it dreams of 5-year plans. It listens to it because the capitalism they were sold was already broken, according to Steve Cortes. The Fed cuts rates to 3.5%, pushing back the prospects for rate cuts in 2026. Stocks, bonds, Valium, and Bitcoin surge as the Fed cuts its rate. Generative AI can transform supply chains and purchasing. Home ownership has become a luxury in many cities. The situation is about to explode. China's trade surplus surpasses $1 trillion for the first time, sparking international protests. Trump will make a phone call about the border crisis between Thailand and Cambodia. The unprecedented surge in the price of silver can be attributed to the rise of AI and the behavior of the BRICS countries, according to Michael Snyder. Why does the end of the world look so profitable? The stock market is hitting all-time highs. GDP growth is positive. Tech valuations are defying gravity. And yet it all feels a bit threefold, according to Michael Kern. The most obvious trap that people fall into time and time again is the debt trap. 19% of your mental energy and waking hours are spent worrying about and paying off debts. This drains your creative focus, forcing you to generate negative emotions. As France threatens to cancel exports to China, Japan begins to trigger a collapse in US bond prices, according to Sinfu. The global economy is changing. Europe is grappling with its economic inefficiency. While China consolidates its position, Japan faces recession risks, further complicating global financial stability amid rising geopolitical tensions. Venezuela. Trump says Maduro's days are numbered. Maria Corina Machado's daughter accepts the Nobel Peace Prize on her behalf in Oslo. Hugo Carvajal, former head of intelligence under Hugo Chavez, has revealed that drug trafficking networks channeled money, gifts, and benefits to politicians. The US seizes an oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. F-18 fighter jets flew over the Gulf of Venezuela in their closest approach to date. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.